Oh, it's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock on the button. Bear with me, I'm still learning technology. All right, here we are. Cool, I can see there's a few hundred people online. I'm just gonna look here at the chat real quick and ask some questions. So I've got the Zoom webinar chat. So if you guys are on here, you can see me, number one, and hear me, number two. Give me a shout out from wherever you're from. This is Tyler. I'm in Bali right now in Canggu. Haley, yes, I know you can see me and hear me. Got lots of other people coming in. Hi, Tyler. Emily Peterson. Good to see you. Holy cow, it's going quick. Shell, welcome, Shell. Tracy, Dave. Oh, it's just too fast. I can't even read it. Yeah, lots of people. Sydney, New Zealand, somewhere. People raising their hand. Awesome. Okay, cool. So obviously, guys can see me and hear me. If you guys can just talk in the chat as we go out throughout this webinar, I've got a couple of amazing, beautiful Heal Thyself angels, ladies that are going to be answering a lot of questions, engaging with you. I don't have a lot of time today. An hour might seem like a lot, but it's actually not a lot to really get through the kind of content that I want to share with you guys. So I'm going to try to get started straight away. Make sure you got a water, maybe a green water, a juice, something to drink. Use the toilet. Put your phone on silent, turn it off, because I got some amazing information for you guys today that can potentially help you to radically detoxify your body, heal yourself, get back to an amazing level of health. Looking forward to it. Who else has done a 40-day water fast? Jason Thompson from New Zealand. Good on you, man. Awesome stuff. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the chat. I'm going to let you guys know that if you really have like a pertinent question to the matters at hand, go ahead and feel free to ask a question. It's more in the Q&A box. We're going to try to separate like all the basic chat, maybe little questions and things. And then if you have like a dire question, which you think maybe only I can answer, put it in there. And when I'm done with this webinar, I'm definitely going to go in and answer some questions. And I will say that, you know, a lot of times when we get into Q&A, we really get like a lot of amazing stuff out of that. So it's definitely worthwhile to stick around for the Q&A, because that's where a lot of the gold nuggets and things come about, because I'm sure people asking questions, you know, everybody else probably has the same questions. Boca Raton, Florida, welcome. Carol, we got Roland from Adelaide, Jude from Gooningary, New South Wales, Auckland. We got people from all over the world. Welcome, it's good to have you. You know, it's a fantastic time on the planet for me, because, you know, 15 years ago, talking about fasting, doing fasting myself, trying to get people into it, it was like trying to push shit uphill. When people are like, what? You're going to starve yourself on purpose? What? You know, it was a really weird thing. And nowadays, like, so many people are getting into it, getting the benefits, healing themselves. People are waking up to the pharmaceutical lie and getting away from pharmaceutical drugs, away from preservatives and processed foods, and starting to realize that just giving the body some time, giving it the right nutrients and what it needs, a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of movement, that we can really heal ourselves, develop more energy and mental clarity, etc. So with that being said, I'm going to get started. The way I'm starting off is just sharing who I am. So hello, everyone. My name's Tyler Tolman. I grew up in the United States, and my father was into fasting, extended fasting for 40 days on water, taking groups of people and putting them either on a water fast or a juice fast for healing. And I was exposed to that around the age of 13. I lived with my mother, went to stay with him, was exposed to all this stuff, and I was like, wow, this is absolutely phenomenal. I saw adults fully coming out of their shell, opening up layers of just stuff, stripping off, toxicity coming out, and I saw people healing themselves. So that was my original inspiration. And around the year 2008, I started 2008, 2009, started running my own fasting programs, decided to go out there. I had talked about it for years. I had fasted for many years. I'd gone and really looked at all the major fasting gurus, read all the books, supported people individually. So back in 2008, 2009, I decided, okay, now I'm ready to start running fasting programs for more people. I have a group online called Detox and Nourish. It used to be called the 7-Day Fasting Group. Over 22,000 people have been through this program. Fasting, healing, the results on this page are absolutely phenomenal. So if you guys get a chance to become a member of that, again, there's guidance for juicing, water fasting, colon cleansing, and we've even added in a whole raw food section to that with Chef Cynthia Louise and amazing recipes. Like I said, back in 2009, I started running these juice fasts, had an amazing crew of people, started taking 20 to 30 people at a time. And I was doing fasting programs probably about 6 times per year, every year running these extended juice fasting programs. After a few years, I invited my dad to come out and start running the programs with me. And it was called a juice fasting adventure. Let's all take a deep breath. Let it out. So I had many years of having a lot of fun. We'd go whitewater rafting, we'd go snorkeling, we'd go check out the Green School, a sustainable place here in Bali, get in the sun, practice all the principles and protocols that radically support detoxification. Now remember, this is like 50 people at a time that had never done a fast ever. Like most of them never even experienced a fast, and they would go straight into it and go through 7 days of either juice or water fasting. And have an amazing experience and be able to take that experience home and keep on fasting. And, my dad, added amazing wisdom to that program. I started doing water fasting programs with smaller groups, guiding people up to 40 days through a fasting program. Amazing. I started a program called Heal Thyself Bali. Heal Thyself Bali was more focused on people with actual chronic disease. So I hired a doctor from the United States to come out and monitor people. He was clinically certified in fasting. So I got to learn what happens to the blood chemistry, what the body goes through, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, ketosis, autophagy, autolysis, all these different processes and what would happen to our bloods. Certain blood markers go up when you're fasting, others will drop. How to know how to really support somebody that's fasting as well, as far as their electrolyte balance, so many different things. So, these were people typically with stage 4 cancers, stage 3 cancers, colon cancer, breast cancer, liver tumors, brain tumors, Lyme disease, heart disease, you name it. So, it was quite a bit of an experience. And I would run this program typically 3 or 4 times a year for a 30-day period. So, I was learning a lot about the process of fasting. And this was, remember, most of the time, this is people doing 21 days on water only. So there's so many protocols and things, that I want to share, where we would spend 30 days prepping these people of doing very specific protocols and then landing in Bali, loading them with nutrients, and then guiding through through this 21-day process. And then it was a 60 to 90-day process after that to make sure that you were really rebuilding the body properly and to, obviously be healing yourself. And just recently I created a program that is probably much deeper on a mental, emotional, and spiritual level of detoxification. So really opening up and shedding layers and clearing traumas potentially from childhood and other things while we're actually going through a fast. And most of the people here do either a water fast, some of them do juice fasting, there's different options. So as you can see, for many years I've been running these fasting programs. I'm not somebody who just read a book and now I'm running webinars about how to fast. I've been in it. I've been doing it. I've been working with people for a very long time. So I've developed protocols that I really think can help you guys massively through the process of fasting correctly so that you can get an optimal level of healing out of it. What are we going to go through today? Very simply, how to prepare for a fast is super important, because if you just jump into it, you could experience what's called auto-intoxication, actually get sick, cause more problems, or just have a really shit experience. And just so you guys know, I might say shit a lot. I apologize up front, but I like to talk shit. So, how do you optimize the detoxification process to get the optimal effect of healing? We're going to go through that. And then how do you break a fast properly? And these are going to be kind of surface level, but you're still going to get a lot out of this. So again, take a deep breath. Let it out. Grab a drink of water. And let's go. Here we go. So first of all, why would you want to fast? You burn fat, first and foremost, especially a water fast. You go into ketosis, which means your body's just running its fuel stores on fat. Within 3 days, you're fully in ketosis, which means you're burning fat at a fairly fast rate based on your metabolism. Most people are going to burn about 0.5 kilogram of fat per day. And so that being said, you can predict about how much actual fat you're going to burn. Now, if you've been dehydrated, you've got some issues, some things going on, you've been toxic, you may hold some water weight, you might not see the actual fat loss, but it is happening. Stem cell regeneration. I'm going to talk about the science in a few minutes, but your body produces stem cells. Those stem cells can actually heal damaged tissues or even weak tissues. I'm talking about eyesight, I'm talking about the brain, I'm talking about so many different things in the body. Your body can regenerate itself. I'll show the science of that in a few minutes. We can reduce all risk of disease. So universities around the world, any of them that are focused and concentrated on any level of fasting, whether it be intermittent fasting, 1 to 2 days a week, or 18-hour fast, or extended fasting especially, they're saying, there's an all-factor reduction in disease, whether it's Alzheimer's, any type of dementia, digestive condition, cancer, heart disease, diabetes, all these things, all these risks of disease go way down when we allow the body some time to heal itself. Mental clarity, eliminating parasites. Parasites start to die off, reset and rebuild the glandular system, which is your hormones. Detoxifying all of the organs, it gives them a chance to clean out. Remember, most of your organs are filters. When we're breathing, it's a filter, bringing in clean air and getting rid of excess acid. Your liver is a big filter. Your kidneys are big filters for your blood. Your skin is a massive filter for elimination. So when we start to see things on the skin, the liver starts to get clogged, kidneys start to have issues, there's signs and symptoms of this. And fasting really is the fastest way to detoxify these filters and to heal yourself. Again, healing the digestive system happens very quickly during fasting. Reset your taste buds. A lot of people are addicted to different foods. Typically takes about 14 days to clear chemical addictions and change your taste buds, where all of a sudden a piece of fresh fruit or an avocado or anything that's fresh and alive tastes so much better, and all of a sudden the Coca-Cola and the processed foods don't taste as good. So sometimes it's a really good way to reset taste buds. Clearing autoimmune conditions, I can get into that later. That's a major factor that happens when you do extended fasting. Break addictions, clearing emotional traumas that a lot of people are holding on to because we suppress. You have emotional issues and things. Somebody died, partner left you, something happened. A lot of times we just suppress it with foods and we numb ourselves. So it's important to, allow ourselves to express and not suppress and really get past that and raise our vibration. Creating new habits. Definitely spiritual growth, which we'll talk about in a minute. To metnoske means know thyself. So again, take a deep breath. Let it out. So these are some of the main reasons to do a fast. Let's move on. I'm conscious that I know I only have 1 hour. The science of fasting, I'm just going to jump through this really quickly. Scientists that are studying fasting are saying, they're calling it rejuvenescence. They've actually coined a word saying fasting creates what is called rejuvenescence. This is directly out of the scientific community. Our body rejuvenates itself. Yes, we can actually take years off of our life and regain youthfulness and vigor. So I ask you the question, what if? What if we can turn back the clock? And I know there's so many people in the world that they're like, Tyler, I saw you 10 years ago on stage in Australia, and I came back and decided to see you again last year, and they were like, you looked younger than you looked 10 years ago, and that's what inspired me to finally take the step, come to one of your programs, sign up for your stuff. I was just like, holy shit, this guy looks younger than he did 10 years ago. What's going on? And this is what I want to share with you guys. We can reverse the aging process. And this isn't just woo-woo, oh yeah, let's take years off our life. This isn't a magic bullet. It's not a pill. It's not a cream. It's not a Botox injection. It's not a surgery. But you can gain these results with the process, scientifically proven, to create youthfulness. And here it is. Listen up, because this is important. University of Chicago, Whole Biological Laboratories. At the Department of Physiology, University of Chicago, Dr. Carlson and Professor Kund fasted a 40-year-old male for 2 weeks. He's a 40-year-old man. He fasted for 2 weeks. They discovered his entire cellular physiology reverted back to that of a 17-year-old. Now, this happens because all of the toxicity that accumulates within the cells that shrinks our nucleus, shrinks all the genetic material over time and distance, all that toxicity could be removed. So you look at the cells of an old man, the cells of a youth, they look very different because of the level of metabolic toxicity that exists inside of the cells. I know these are some big words. I'm more than happy to share the links with you guys to the actual science, because every time they fast someone in their 40s, 50s, or 60s, every cell of the body has the ability to revert back to a much younger age. This is super exciting. And this is why when people do a fast of 2 to 3 weeks, they physically look younger. They go home, people are like, oh my God, you look so much younger. You look so much healthier. And you've lost a lot of weight. What did you do? And then people are like, oh, I did 2 weeks of fasting. And then people are like, oh, that's bad for your health. You shouldn't do that. It's like, you just got done telling me I look younger and healthier. It's crazy the judgment out there in the world. But again, that's starting to shift. Let's take a deep breath. Let it out. Now, a lot of things that you'll hear from naturopaths, nutritionists, doctors, or just being parroted by people who don't know, they'll say, oh, don't do a fast because it ruins your metabolism. Wrong again. In fact, all fasting boosts our base rate metabolism, even if you only do 18-hour fasts. This is the big hype that's coming out. People that are doing intermittent fasting, their metabolism is going up. Their hormones of human growth hormone, on all these things that keep us younger and help us to feel good, go up. Our ability to recycle protein utilization, all these things with the foods that we are eating are increased. Insulin sensitivity is increased, which is one of the main factors in longevity. So this is just some science saying, hey, when we took people for fasts of 30 to 40 days, their base level metabolism increased by 5 to 6%. That might not sound like a lot, but if you're 50 years old, you're 50 years old, your metabolism's probably dropped by about 5% since you were about 35 years old. So to have that permanently reset through a process of fasting is absolutely phenomenal. Now the body can regenerate the way that it's supposed to. Amazing things start to happen. This is Dr. Herbert M. Shelton. He fasted thousands of men and women with different tumors and cysts, abscesses, all kinds of things. You got an abscess in your tooth, fast for 2 or 3 days, the body cleans it out, it goes away. Most people think, oh, you have to get the tooth drilled, you got to clean it out, you got to do all this stuff. No, fasting heals it. So many people with ovarian cysts or different cysts in different part of the body, well, guess what? When you do a fast on water specifically, the body goes through and cleans that up. And yes, there's protocols that might need to be observed to radically amplify the process, but tumors, cysts, abnormal growth, skin tags, and moles. I've had so many people come to my fasting programs for cancer or for heart condition or something that weren't expecting it, but all the little skin tags started to completely disappear. Moles went away. So the body autolyzes and gets rid of excess growths all over the body when we do a fast. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Grab a drink. So I really hope you guys get this. Tumors can go away. Viruses are complex structures of foreign proteins. So when we fast, our immune system actually will kick up and start to attack viruses and destroy them. Okay, one of the last things, this is University of Southern California. This is Professor Longo, who proved in a laboratory, most people have seen his research, showing that when we fast, beyond 3 days, our body massively proliferates stem cells, and his work shows that our entire immune system, your entire immune system can be reset in as little as 3 days. What I'm here to share is that every system of the body, every tissue of the body starts a process of regeneration with these stem cells. Okay, this is Dr. Robert Young. This is what he looks like, age 62, done a lot of fasting, done a lot of alkalizing to his body. If you watch this video, he talks about how we also produce stem cells when doing high alkaline juices. So you're drinking some green juices or fruit juices that are highly alkaline. You're alkalizing your body, and he says your body produces stem cells. I don't have science for that, but I believe him. So again, what if? What if we can turn back the clock? So I just wanted to show you guys a few results. I'm not going to take a lot of time on this. Many of you have seen this before. This is Steve Cocciani. He was able to lose, 20 plus kilograms and reverse diabetes, get off, I think it was 6 different kinds of medications from first just coming off to one of my juice cleanses. This is Matt Catling. Cardiologist wanted to put him on drugs for the rest of his life for high blood pressure and hypertension. He said, there's nothing you can do. You got to be on drugs. He came to my 30-day program, lost 20 kilograms, of weight. His blood pressure was perfect. After that, he reversed the problem. This is Rick Grunden. Actually spent 40 days with this man while he was fasting on water. He lost a massive amount of weight. This guy lost literally about 15 pounds, 7 kilos just on a 4-day colon cleanse. So he did my 4-day colon cleanse at the beginning, lost nearly 15 pounds just out of his colon. And then he started water fasting for 40 days. Following all of the protocols, he was hiking every day, he was working. For the entire 40 days, you wouldn't even know this guy was fasting. Lowered his cholesterol, lowered his blood pressure, lost heaps of weight, and literally was glowing afterwards. This guy's name is Danner Gardner. He had stage 4 colorectal cancer and liver cancer with big tumors. And long story short, he came to Bali, did a 21-day water fast, changed his lifestyle, nurtured himself, went into juice fasting extensively, went to the hospital just hoping his cancer hadn't grown, and he didn't have cancer. Okay? No cancer whatsoever. And this is just a little bit of what he wrote to me. No tumors, no lesions were detected. I'm completely free from cancer. You can read that last bit. He lives in Adelaide. I go see him every couple of years, still healthy and able to live a long life with his kids. And you guys, you got to understand, this is one case out of many of people that I work with. I didn't do anything. These people healed themselves with simple principles of detoxification, allowing the body to heal itself, and getting back to a beautiful state. All right, one more deep breath. Let it out. What's the history of fasting? Fasting is built into our genetics because we as human beings, for probably hundreds of thousands of years, maybe millions of years, depending on what your belief is, had to go extended periods of time without food, through winter, through famine, through all kinds of different things. We would actually have to go potentially 90 days or longer without any food whatsoever. And there's been research from whole biological laboratories at the University of Chicago that have proven that a healthy individual can go up to 90 days on water only without nutritional deficiencies, without mineral deficiencies. So this is a massive breakthrough. And in fact, when we are fasting, our body's getting rid of all the toxic accumulated crap, all the excess protein, all the damage that was done. I'm not saying go 90 days on a water fast. I don't recommend doing more than 10 without supervision, maybe 21, 30, 40 under supervision, especially if it's your first time. And there's a lot of education that's needed for that, okay? But I think we've forgotten about fasting. You look around the world today, you know, people are so big and storing so much stuff, and they don't realize, you know, all you got to do is stop eating for a certain period of time, and it will happen. The time will come where cysts and tumors and growths and things and fat will reduce down to nothing. It's just simple science. It's just up to the individual to go long enough to where they've gotten rid of all of that, and then, you know, doing it correctly, and then building themselves back correctly as well. The history of fasting, every major religion around the world has supported some form of fasting in their actual religion. Many religions say you should fast one day a week. Many say that we should fast certain parts of the day every single day. Some religions say we should fast multiple days per month. And some religions are like a whole month out of every year going through detoxification and healing, whether it's Judaism, Muslims, Buddhism, Christianity, all of them have this in their history. But the thing is, most religions these days, the people just don't do it. They don't practice it. They've lost touch. You know, you look back into, you know, many different forms of Christianity and all different forms of religion, and you're going to find this. So it's like we just go back and adopt these principles. It's a whole body, mind, spiritual cleansing that takes place. Take a deep breath. Let it out. So there are many brilliant individuals. Socrates and Plato were known to fast 10 days at a time on water to gain mental and physical efficiency. Pythagoras was known to fast 40 days on water before his examination at Alexandria. Paracelsus, who was the father of chemistry, said fasting is the greatest remedy. Mohammed, Moses, Christ, Buddha, all these brilliant individuals. John Tolman, Tolman. That's just kind of my little joke there. I threw myself in there. Gotta love it. So in history, one thing we got to realize is that every single mammal on the planet, if it gets sick or it gets injured, will naturally do a fast. So an animal breaks its leg, it goes and lies down, drinks water, totally rests. Stem cells are produced, their metabolism is very high. 2 to 3 days, it's healed, and it's up and running again. Human beings are the only ones that suppress the healing process by forcing themselves to eat when they're sick. Humans, they're not even hungry, but they're like, gotta keep your strength up, you gotta heal, here, keep eating some food. No, just drink water, allow your body to heal, maybe some juices, maybe some greens. but keeping it to liquid is definitely the way to go. Ancient Egyptian culture is one that I aspire to because they were known as the cleanest and healthiest culture to ever exist. And they would go 3 to 4 days of fasting every single month while also doing digestive cleansing to keep themselves absolutely healthy. All right, so let's get into the guts of it. How do you prepare for a fast? Well, number one, if you're going to be drinking water, you need clean water. So I recommend spring water with BPA-free plastic. I use glass if you didn't notice, but use BPA-free plastic, reverse osmosis, distilled water, or anything that's filtered out the chlorine, the fluoride, and all the chemicals that are being put into the water. Just drink clean water, okay? Let's stop arguing about which water is the best. Let's just drink clean water. If you want some minerals, you want to alkalize it, put a pinch of salt in there. Put some greens in there, okay? And it will help your body to hydrate even better. And yes, we can have the salt debate later. I would love to. Dr. Batman Gulaji says, who's an Iranian scientist that wrote books about most people are actually not sick, they're just thirsty. You're not sick, you're thirsty. Most people are just chronically dehydrated. Even talking about it makes me want to drink more water. He says we need physiologically 1 liter of water per 22 kilograms of body weight per day. I weigh about 85 kilos. That's 4 liters of water every day. If I'm not drinking it, I'm dehydrated. And if I'm doing jujitsu, if I'm exercising, if I'm sweating in the sun, I'm doing all this stuff, I may need more. Now, if I drink a liter of juice, absolutely, that counts as a liter. If I'm eating a heap of fresh fruits, yes, there's water content. If I'm eating big salads and cucumbers and greens, whatever, yes, there's water content. Okay, so there's some more discussion that's needed there, but we need to drink clean water and lots of it, especially during times of detoxification. Now, how do you prepare for a fast? Make sure you have clean water. Make sure you have the logistics if you're going to do a juice fast. Go find organic greens, vegetables, and fresh fruits. If you can't find organic, fill up a basin with clean water and use apple cider vinegar, about a half a cup. Let it wash, and studies show in an actual lab about 98% of all the pesticides are cleaned off of it. So you let it rinse and soak with clean water, apple cider vinegar, rinse it off, and then get it ready and prepare it and juice it. Okay, so you don't have to have organic, but please do your best to go to farmers markets, support your local farmers, all that sort of stuff. But make sure you have the logistics of fresh fruits, vegetables, and greens if you're going to do a juice fast. A lot of people ask the question, can I still work when I'm fasting? If you're doing a juice fast, absolutely. Smash through the juices, maybe have, some vegetable broth at night, some teas, maybe some nut milk, whatever you need to get through it. I think working and being busy is the best time to do a fast. I used to be a waiter in a restaurant, and I would just make 4 liters. I'd bring this container, 4 liters of Kabbalah juice, put it in the fridge, and I would just smash that down every couple hours, smash some back, and I just had energy and clarity. I would memorize, there'd be a table of 10 people, and I could memorize every single order. Didn't even have to write it down. I'd go punch it all in, all the little nuances. Amazing. Water fasting, not so much. You're going to do a water fast, you want to go into a deep level of detoxification, I recommend finding the space to do that, okay? So water fasting is going to be more for people wanting to get rid of tumors, cysts, growths, excess fat. Like if you're having trouble losing fat, water fasting is the way to go. And it might take some time. Juice fasting is for people that want a really good detox, want to rejuvenate themselves, but still want to feel good and be able to work and go out, and exercise and still do things. And that, yes, you can still do. I personally recommend going camping, going and renting a cabin, going to the beach, going on vacation, going somewhere where you can fully shut off and actually allow your nervous system to heal. Okay, fully shut off from everything. Like, you know, everybody's out there smashing it. Everybody's working hard. It's like, give yourself 2 weeks to just completely regenerate and rediscover yourself. You deserve it. And if you need some support, feel free to come to my program. You know, it's a 9-day program. We support you through 7 days of water fasting or juice fasting with the people and the experiences and the mental and emotional cleansing. But it's not for the lighthearted. You know, this is for people who really want to go there. Another logistic. What kind of juicer should I get, Tyler? Well, if you're going to drink the juice right away, yes, you can use a conventional juicer, but I highly recommend having a cold press juicer or buying cold pressed juices from somewhere, again, in clean BPA-free plastic. We don't want hormone disruptors and pesticides and herbicides when we're trying to detoxify the body. So this is the juicer that I use. It's cold press. You put things in there. That juice is going to last 48 hours or longer, 72 hours. There's a lot more nutrition in there. It's not a fast metal blade that's going to oxidize your ingredients. Absolutely essential for fasting. I highly recommend doing a colon cleanse. Okay, so if you're all of a sudden going to stop eating and drink juices or water, you've got literally, 5 meters of tubing that's full of who knows what, full of shit, literally. So doing a colon cleanse is like a scrubber brush that just cleans all that shit out so that when you start the fasting process, you don't have all this toxic stuff sitting inside your digestive system. You're going to have a lot more energy. You're going to have a lot less symptoms of detoxification. It's going to go a lot easier and cleaner if you do this process. This is the #1 product I've been selling for the last 12 to 15, who knows, 20 years nearly. And it's the best thing you can do is sweep your colon clean. If you got a really bad digestive system, I'd recommend doing that whole process for 30 days, 2 servings a day. For 30 days, eating healthier to clean everything out, and then you could go into the process, okay? All the instructions are online. You can check it out. I've got heaps of videos. Thousands of people are doing it. I've got, again, support groups of people, hundreds of people that are doing a colon cleanse right now that can support you through the process. The next one is going to be building your blood. So many people have, basically blood conditions and not an ample amount of nutrition to really be able to do a water fast, especially. So Heal Thyself Greens, that's what I'm drinking right now. It's every nutrient you can possibly imagine. Yes, B12. Yes, vitamin D. Yes, all your vitamin Ks, all the things that people are like, oh, you have to eat this, you got to do that. No. Everything you absolutely need is contained within these 3 ingredients. Alfalfa sprouts, barley grass, and wheatgrass. And yes, your body will assimilate it. So I recommend cleaning your digestive system, getting in your greens to build your blood before going into a fast to make sure that you're not getting deficient during the fast. And absolutely, if you had the sprouts yourself and just ate them, you had the green juices, you could do that as well. Okay, the tool you've all been waiting for. Take a deep breath. Let it out. This is called an enema kit. This thing will absolutely save your life. I know a lot of people are freaking out. Oh, I don't want to do that. Suck it up, buttercup. Get your shit together. If you want to heal yourself, this is the way to do it. If you have a headache, if you've got nasal congestion, if you're sick, I don't care. Anytime you do an enema, even if you're not fasting, the headache goes away, nasal congestion goes away, you immediately have energy. If you ever have a flu or something going on, you do some enemas, this thing will save your life, literally. Most of the time, it's just a backed up digestive system. Your body's toxic, you're constipated, and that's when shit hits the proverbial fan. So this is an essential tool. When you do a fast, remember guys, your digestive system stops. So anything that's in there is just going to be stuck. By doing an enema every single day, you will see the massive amounts of toxicity and shit and parasites and other things coming out of your body. Now look, if you don't want to see that stuff, you can just do the enema, go to the toilet, you don't have to look. Some people, they want to look and they see the parasites, they see the toxicity. And for a lot of people, it's not until even 20 to 30 days of fasting after colon cleansing, doing enemas every day, that the deep, dark stuff starts to come out. When this stuff comes out, that's when true mental clarity happens, and energy and chronic fatigue and all these other things start to go away. Your digestive system's healing, your skin's clearing up. That's when you really start to see the benefits of the fasting, when the shit's coming out. So please don't balk at this. This is something that's absolutely necessary. All right, take a deep breath. Let it out. Rituals for optimal detoxification. Listen up. This is the Tolman method of fasting. Over the last 10 years, these are the things that I believe are absolutely critical to support you to have optimal detoxification, clearing out toxicity. Because when we fast, toxicity is like coming out of every organ. We've got to eliminate that, guys. We've got to get it out. Otherwise, you're going to feel like death. So these are the optimal things that are going to support you. There's 4 channels of elimination. How many? 4. Defecation, urination, perspiration, and respiration. We want to support optimal defecation through enemas while we're fasting and going poo. Optimal urination by drinking enough water and drinking enough juice. Optimal perspiration by skin cleaning, skin brushing, sweating in a sauna, movement, etc. Your skin is detoxing, okay? Over 2 kilograms per day of materials coming out of your skin. And then respiration, breathing exercises, etc. I wake up first thing in the morning, I put coconut oil in my mouth, I swish it around, it pulls toxins out of my body, it heals my gums and my teeth. I add either Thieves essential oil, okay, because it's got all the herbs that just kill bad bacteria, which if you're not doing this while you're fasting, you'll probably get blisters on your lips and ulcers on your tongue and all kinds of shit's gonna come out, guys. Radiation's coming out. Heavy metals are coming out. Toxicity is coming out. There is no faster way that exists. Anybody has a product or some bullshit that they're selling? The truth is there is no faster way to detoxify from heavy metals, kill parasites, get rid of toxicity than fasting. And guess what? Fasting is free. In fact, you're going to save money. That's why this isn't public domain information, because it's free. Okay. Peppermint is going to give you more mental energy and pick you up. You can also use peppermint, clove, other essential oils. Some of them you might not want to put in your mouth. I've designed videos. One I call the shake and bake. It's an ancient martial arts technique of waking up the body. This gets your entire nervous system open. It gets lymphatic fluid into all the joints of the body. It helps you to detox. It gets your lymphatic system moving the way that it should so that your body can detoxify the way that it's meant to, especially when you're fasting. I do this nearly every single day, but especially when you're fasting, you should go through this process. Again, you watch the videos. It takes 10 to 15 minutes. It's easy. It's not high intensity training. Learn it and do it. Okay, there's a process called the 5 Tibetan rites, which I recommend you do 7 to 11 of each. Again, the Tibetans were taught this by the ancient Egyptians. It's a process of opening up your endocrine system. Pineal, pituitary, thyroid, thymus, which controls your immune system, your adrenals, and your reproductive system. If you open all of these up, these are the hormones that are going to start to communicate that tell your body how to heal itself. Absolutely essential. So many people that are fasting and not doing anything are actually missing out on healing themselves. Okay? Just to go fast and lay there and drink fluid is one thing. To actually go through a series of protocols that is opening the body and healing, you guys are going to take your fasting, it's going to be like 10 times better. And yes, that's just a random number. Okay, so opening up and healing the endocrine system. This is so important. When you're fasting, you're living on air, breathing, that's your nutrition. You're living on the sun. Every cell of your body is a solar panel. Your skin is a solar panel. And you're taking in that solar energy. And you're using that solar energy to detox and to heal and to literally create hormones that prevent cancer, that prevent all kinds of different disease. It completely calms your nervous system. So by looking at the sun when it first rises or just when it sets, there's infrared light that comes in, activating the pineal gland, which secretes hormones that controls all of the other glands inside of our system. Okay, it calms the nervous system. It calms every nerve of the body. It regulates mental conditions, anxiety and depression. Getting out and actually baking in the sun. Now look, I'm not saying go out and burn yourself, okay, and create boils and all kinds of crap. We need to be intelligent. Coconut oil is a natural 5 to 7 SPF. Go out in the sun little bit by little bit every day and build a tan. It is the healthiest thing you can do. And it's absolutely essential when you're fasting. Absolutely essential. Again, clean your clacka every day. You start to feel toxic, you got a headache, you feel a little bit go do an enema. Water, guys. Make sure you drink enough. Drink water, drink water, drink water. Go get in the ocean. Salt water is amazing. As soon as you get in the ocean, I don't care. People day 20, day 30 on a water fast, feeling like they're going to die. They go get in the water. They forget everything. They feel great. They forget their fasting. Water is essential. When I'm fasting, I take 3 or 4 showers every day. I get in the waterfall. I go swim in the ocean. At night, I fill up my hot bath with essential oils and salts and just soak. I soak it up. And it's so healing. I just breathe and meditate in the water. So important every day. I put a woman here with clay on her body because Native Americans and people around the world would put clay on their body because it extracts toxicity. It extracts heavy metals out of the body. You guys, I'm giving you the keys to heal so many different diseases here. Take notes. Gua sha is an ancient Egyptian technique. They would take minerals and distilled alcohol and put it together with essential oils and scrub the skin. This is the highest way of cleaning out the 7 layers of dermis and epidermis of yeast and mold and fungus and petrochemicals these days that are falling on us from automobiles and all these other things. Just using soap is not enough. Clean your skin. You'll notice a difference just going out in the sun. Every pore of your body will be sweating at the same time after doing gua sha. Not like most people who go out in the sun and get little pools of sweat. I know it sounds crazy. It's a scientific fact. Our skin is also exchanging gases. That means you are breathing through your skin. Clean it, open it up, get out in the sun. Yes, your DNA will start to evolve, your consciousness will start to increase in vibration, and we can start to boost the vibration of this planet and live in a better place. Breathing exercises, absolutely essential. Your lungs, take a deep breath, let it out. Every time you breathe deeply, you're moving the lymphatic system. You're expelling acid. And you're breathing in oxygen and alkalizing the body. This is very essential when you're doing a fast. Think about it. You drink alcohol, you get a breathalyzer test. They're testing the amount of alcohol coming out of your breath. That's because your lungs are detoxing all the poisons inside the body. Breathe deeply. Get some of these plants, okay? Put plants in your home. Get them all around your house. They filter the air. They produce fresh oxygen. I don't care how bad the city is. I don't care how polluted. You could live in China. You could live in the worst place on the planet. You put a bunch of plants in your room and it's going to filter the air. I got my ceiling fan on. I got the plants in the room. I'm breathing clean, fresh air. NASA has done amazing research about the areca palm, the money plant, English ivy. These plants filter the air more than anything else. I'm going off. Breathing exercises. I have audios. Okay, I've got something called Heal Thyself Tribe, where we support you guys with a whole coaching platform every day of simple little things that you can do based on a test. You guys go in there, you take a test. Oh, I'm doing really well with exercise, but maybe not so much with food. Oh, I really need help with breathing exercises. Oh, I need more passion in my life. Whatever it is, it works with you guys to take each area of your health up a little bit more. And the cool thing is we're going to include Heal Thyself Tribe with the package at the end of this little talk. So I hope you guys are getting lots out of this. Remember, breathing exercises and meditation. We want to breathe. We want to calm the nervous system. Now, some people might be like, oh, I don't like meditation. I'm not into it. Cool. Go for a walk. Do some yoga. Do some Pilates. Or do something that's meditative for you. Go ride a bike. One great way to be meditating, though, bike, going for a swim, just become conscious of your breathing. You know, riding the bike, going for a walk, count your steps. Become conscious of the breathing, 5 to 10 minutes, and it calms your nervous system. So much can come out of this. Toning. Toning can be a fantastic way that creates healing within the body. The voice is a tool. Heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. Goes like this, the fourth, the fifth. So we have very specific aspects of ourselves that can bring us back into harmony and out of disease. I don't have time to go deeply into it, but we have some pretty amazing tools for healing, basically. And these are some of the tools that I use in my programs, get people to do some toning, some meditation, and it can literally transform reality. All right, take a deep breath. Let it out. 10 minutes left. How do I know when I should stop fasting? So let's say you start a water fast, you start a juice fast, whatever it is. You're going to have a bit of a thick coating on your tongue every morning when you wake up. When your body's done detoxing, the tongue will actually clear up. It'll be nice and bright and pink and watery and beautiful looking without all of that. The eyes clear up. All of a sudden your eyes are nice and white. The smell literally goes away. There's no smell whatsoever. You know, I do fasting retreats. People come talk to me. I'm like, oh my God, it smells like death. Because when you're detoxing, that's the death coming out of you. You could literally walk up to somebody and go, and breathe up to their nose. And you can't smell anything once they're done detoxing. And that's somebody who smelled like death, 5 or 10 days earlier. So you get a genuine return of hunger. Like, most people, when you feel hungry, especially during a water fast, you drink more water, you don't feel hungry anymore. The nice thing about water fasting is after day 3, when you're in full ketosis, ketones feed the brain and they shut off what's called the apostat in the hypothalamus of the brain. So you're not hungry at all. I would rather water fast than juice fast, to be honest. Because when I water fast, I'm not hungry. It's easy. I'm just kind of bored. But that's it. Your tongue clears up. You no longer stink. And you have a genuine return of hunger. You feel hungry? Drink a liter of fluid. If you're still hungry, then maybe it's actually time to be breaking the fast, unless it's in the first 3 days. How do I break a fast properly? Take a deep breath. Let it out. This quote says, "Any fool can fast, but it takes great wisdom to break a fast properly." There has probably never been a more true statement. So many people will do a fast, and as soon as it finishes, they're ravenous. They go back eating the same crap. They're like, "Tyler, I did the fast and I didn't heal. It didn't work." It's like, well, what did you eat afterwards? You know, if you do a long fast, you need a good period of time to rebuild your body, to really allow your body to have the building blocks to heal you. This could be 30, 60, or 90 days, depending on the length of the fast, to really break the fast properly. How do I break a fast? Doesn't matter if it's juice fasting or water fasting, I start with fruit. And yes, a tomato is a fruit. And yes, an avocado is a fruit. Okay? But I start with one piece of fruit. I think about it, building my mental energy, thinking about where it grew, what it's good for, integrating my mental vibrations with that food, that mango. Oh my God, what does it look like? What's it good for inside of my body? And after I think about it and feed my mental body, then I move on to smelling it. And literally the etheric energy is built, my etheric body, my energy body. I've seen people go from near death from fasting, no shit, no energy whatsoever. And as soon as they smell the food, it's like you can see the charging that happens. We need to understand that we are not just physical beings. We have an energy body. We have this etheric body. We have an emotional body. We have a physical body. We have a mental body that exists. And there's a process of feeding all of these bodies. We can do this on a daily basis, but it becomes really profound when we do this after a fast because we can feel it. So everybody that breaks the fast with me, we think about the food, we honor the food, we get the vibration of what it's good for. We sit there, let's say it's a tomato, you cut it, you put a little bit of salt, you smell it. Oh my God, we're fed with energy. And then after you've gone through this process, you put it into your mouth and you chew with your eyes closed, and you're feeding your emotional body. And so many people are emotionally imbalanced because they never feed their emotions. We can literally feed our emotions with food. And when you eat a mango, when you eat a papaya, when you eat a cucumber or something, when you're really hungry and you sit there and chew that, it's an emotional experience. I'd say 80% of people who break the fast, when I do programs, cry. And they connect with their emotions, and they're just like crying because they're in bliss. And some people never experience this. So we feed our mental body, we feed our energy body, we feed our emotional body, and then we swallow the food and fill and feed our physical body. And when we honor this process, we are full. So many people, because they're not honoring this process, can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, and they will never fill the void because they're not feeding what they're actually looking for. They're not feeding their emotions and their energy body. They're just shoving them their faces, their pie hole full of food, trying to feed their physical body, and they've lost touch. So fasting is a great opportunity to regain an attunement with how we should actually be nourishing ourselves. What should we break our fast with? Fruit, I say. And either that, or if it's a long water fast, watered down fruits or vegetable or green juices, the best way to break a fast. If you did 10 days on a water fast, you should probably give yourself 3 to 5 days on watered down and regular strength juices before going into solid foods. You know, if you did 20 to 30, 40 day water fast, you're looking at 10 to 20 days of slowly breaking that fast optimally. Now, even I don't follow that sometimes, and I go directly into fresh fruits, but I'm chewing it so slowly and honoring it and breathing in such a profound way that I'm integrating with it. It's so important not to just start shoveling things in, because all your digestive juices, especially from a water fast, are no longer working. You're not producing amylase, lipase, protease, hydrochloric acid, all these digestive enzymes and workings of the digestive system have completely shut off. So we got to take it slowly to reactivate this entire system. So from fruit and vegetable and fruit juices to vegetable broths, maybe even raw goat milk, coconut milk, almond milk, maybe some honey, okay? Nut milks are very high in nutrition. You can even add in some things, some cultures, and have like a yogurt to rebuild the body's probiotics, okay? Get that good bacteria starting to function again. All fruits are also prebiotics and contain probiotics. Eat fresh berries, eat fresh fruits. An apple out of nature has billions of probiotics on it just by eating it directly from an organic tree or bush, etc. But if you don't have access to that sort of stuff, maybe some yogurt, then you can start to bring in some sauerkraut, some kimchi, some miso, some different fermented foods that radically rebuild the gut. But I would hold off a little while for those things. First, having the juices, all liquids, fresh fruits, okay? So there we see our yogurts, sauerkrauts, kefirs. If you're vegan, you can put the kefir grains into coconut water, into all kinds of different things. There's so many alternatives these days with coconut yogurt that is amazing. You can put berries, some honey. You guys, after a fast, you will just bliss out on some coconut yogurt with some blueberries and honey. It'll be like the most profound thing you've ever had in your life. Sitting in the sun, breathing in a yoga pose, fully be traveling through the ethers, feeling like you have no idea how you're so blessed in life to have this little yogurt with some berries and honey. Pow! Okay? Then bringing back in the greens, the lettuces, the spinach, maybe getting into some soups, some steamed vegetables, some broths and things of that nature. And then after having that for a few days, maybe even smoothies and things of that nature, fruit smoothies, green smoothies. Then you're fully getting into the raw vegetables, etc., and back into your nuts, seeds, sprouted, hopefully organic grains, beans, legumes, and back into a healthier lifestyle. So, I plan on doing a master class where I'm going to be a lot more specific with these sorts of things, answer a lot of questions about specific lengths of fast. Okay, if I do a 10-day fast, this is what I do. 21-day fast, this is specifically what I would do and how to do it. Okay? So this is, again, kind of overview, but it should be enough information for you guys to do a fast successfully, especially 7 to 10 days, which is where I recommend starting off, or even a 3-day fast. Even doing 2 to 3 days is phenomenal, the amount of healing that can take place. So when we break a fast, you don't want to go right into intermittent fasting. You want to have small meals regularly because it's like becoming a baby again. If you really fast, you get back to the point of starting over. A baby drinks milk every couple of hours. We want to eat food every couple of hours to rebuild the digestive system, to refill it and start getting everything that we need. Then when we're rebuilt our body and we're strong again, then you can get into the intermittent fasting and back into a healthier lifestyle that's going to support energy, vitality, continued healing, etc., etc., etc. So what is the next step from here, guys? How can I support you to go through a fasting process and do it successfully? So I basically put a kit together. And this kit, I promise you, is going to be one of the best things that you ever receive. Just imagine yourself getting this box at your front door. You're preparing for the fast. It's like, I'm going to do a 7-day juice fast or 7-day water fast. We're going to have a group of people that are going to be doing it together coming up very soon to support you guys through it. So I've put together a fasting kit. One thing that I think is fantastic to break a fast with, once you've had your fresh fruits and things, is a raw food that goes back thousands of years. It's called pulse. Okay, it's a very specific ratio of nuts and seeds and dried fruits and roots. that if you chew it up really well, is going to give your body every nutrient you can imagine. So there's 3 flavors of this food to be having small amounts after you break the fast. Again, to prepare for the fast, you got my colon cleanse. So for those of you who are hardcore, ready to go, 4 days of colon cleanse. You can have some fresh fruits, maybe some apples, some apple juice, but you're eating this stuff every couple hours. It builds up in your digestive system and it sweeps out all of the shit, you know, the gummy bears from 2 years ago, you know, grandma's chicken wings last year, heavy metals. It's got clays in it, so it cleans everything out. Not everything, but it gets the bulk of everything out so that you can really experience a fast correctly. If you're hardcore, you do it for 4 days. If you want to take it a little slower, you do it over 30 days. Say, okay, I'm going to do this 2 servings midday for 30 days, and it's going to slowly clean everything out. Then you do the fast. Adding Heal Thyself greens. 1 teaspoon in the morning, 1 teaspoon at night is going to build your blood. Your blood builds everything. Your skin's going to improve. You're going to have more energy. You know, everything. Like if you're losing your teeth, it's got the nutrients you need for your bones. It alkalizes your body, okay? So especially before starting a water fast, I'd be doing 1 tablespoon twice a day and really building my blood of all the good nutrients. Now, yes, I'd still be having salads. I'd still be having fresh fruits. I'd still be having nuts and seeds and healthy foods. But this is going to make sure you're getting a concentrated form of nutrition, especially if you're vegan or going raw for a while. It's got your B12, K vitamins, et cetera, et cetera. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Enema kit, absolutely essential. We're also including that. So we've got pulse, greens, colon cleanse, enema kit. I'm also running a fasting masterclass. Okay, this masterclass is going to be a couple of hours long, going deep into different experiences that people have had with cancer, heart disease, diabetes, digestive conditions, you know, you name it, dementia, all kinds of different conditions, skin conditions, Lyme disease. So if you're dealing with, you know, MTHFR gene, you're dealing with Candida, you're dealing with any one of these conditions, I'm going to get a little more specific about, oh, okay, that's what you got. Do this instead, or make these minor tweaks while you're fasting, and it's going to amp up the healing process. Some people might have certain teas. Some people might have certain essential oils. Some people might need very specific juices to target the lungs or the pancreas or different things to support you for optimal detoxification. Okay, so I'm running a masterclass. The masterclass is $99. You can do the masterclass by itself if you like, but we've got an amazing package here together. So we're also in this package including 1 month of Tribe, which is a coaching platform and a community of thousands of people who've been doing this for many months, every single month going through this process. It's valued at $330. This is USD, just so you guys know. So here's the prices. You go online, you want to buy the greens, raw food, enema kit, masterclass, colon cleanse, or get into Tribe. These are the actual prices that you would pay. So again, it's $330 worth of value. We're wrapping all that up into a nice little package with a bow, and we're discounting it for you guys for the next 48 hours. We're discounting it down to $219. You get the greens, you get the colon cleanse, you get all of the food, you get the enema kit, you get the master class, which is coming up in a few weeks. So you guys will get all this in the mail. You can prepare yourself. You can do the colon cleanse, get on the master class, get all of your questions answered to your specific situation. Okay? You'll have your enema kit, everything ready that you could possibly need. Another thing that we're doing, which is absolutely amazing, is in the next 48 hours, you decide to order, we're giving you guys free shipping. Okay, that's massive. Now I will say, because of the extravagant shipping prices that are overseas, there's a slight increase in the charge if you live outside of Australia. Right now in Australia is where we're manufacturing all the products. We also manufacture in the United States, but there's a couple products like the greens and the enema kit that we don't have in the US. So if you decide to get this package, it's coming from Australia. Okay, so there it is, guys. You go to this web address, you can sign up now, you can get the package, you get it brought to you. You can look forward to the masterclass. You can sign into Tribe right away, start downloading the breathing exercises, learn the Tibetan rites, learn the ancient martial arts technique of waking up the body, start doing it with me every single morning, waking up the body, building our vibration, detoxing, getting ready for higher levels of regeneration. This is just scraping the surface. You know, there's a lot of ancient Egyptian wisdom in regeneration and taking our vibration to a completely another level that I want to start divulging to the world. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are interested in not just detoxifying the body, but enhancing our consciousness and working to change the state of what's happening on this planet. It's already happening. There's some beautiful things happening on the planet right now. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to jump into a questions and answers session. I'm going to look at the questions. I'm going to go through. I'm going to answer a few questions. I know I've had you slightly over an hour now. So do me a favor. Go use the toilet. Grab a drink. Grab what you need. I'm going to do the same because I've been drinking a lot of water. I'm going to go pee. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to answer your questions. All right. Welcome back, guys, if you're there. Thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate it. And I just want to say, again, like, you know, the years I've had of experience with fasting, with supporting people through extended fasting, looking at blood works, you know, literally working in a clinical environment, monitoring people and, you know, working with them to heal. There's so much I can share with you guys that is so profound. And I think you guys are getting a glimpse of some of that. And I've never really gone deep, you know, with these levels of fasting. Now I'm opening up. That's what this is all about. This webinar is all about starting to open up, really getting clear how to do a fast properly. And then the masterclass is really answering every question you can imagine. Whether this is specifically for you, learning and growing and healing and having this experience. And I can tell you there's thousands of people with chronic pain, supposedly needing surgery, on drugs, who are getting off the drugs, stopping the surgeries and healing themselves, that this is a massive market as well. Health is a $1 trillion industry. And maybe you're either someone who wants to heal yourself, or you're someone who has been doing fasting, you've been in this, you know it, and maybe at some point you're going to want to actually support groups of people or individuals, some level of coaching or healing yourself. And there's so much wisdom I can share with you guys that is so important, because if you're monitoring a client, you're with somebody, you're giving advice to somebody else about fasting, Like, it's a pretty big deal. If somebody dies or goes into, hypoglycemia and goes to hospital or has some major issues, like, and you're the one guiding and giving the advice, that's a really big deal. You don't want somebody going to hospital when it's your watch. So I'm going to teach you guys all the little signs and things to look for and all the things they need to be doing to really, have an optimal level of healing while also minimizing the potential process for disaster. Okay, so let's open this up. I'm going to go through some Q&A, maybe another 10, 15 minutes, see how we go. If you can, go over there, sign up right now, guys, for the next 48 hours only. We got a massive discount. We got free shipping, amazing stuff. So pleased to hear that the products are made in Australia. Yes, again, like the greens and the products that we have, guys, it's all organic. It's certified facilities. It's beautiful. Whenever I'm promoting a product, I got to make sure I can eat it, because the only products I sell are products that I use every single day. I'm eating the food. I'm drinking the greens. I'm using the enema kit when I'm fasting. And again, you'll have that for life. That enema kit is amazing. So anyways, let's get into some questions here. Hi, Tyler. Why does Tyler choose to use psyllium as opposed to charcoal? Okay, so charcoal is fantastic for detoxification and for getting rid of poisons, but it's not a fiber, okay? You can't just eat charcoal and have that build up in your system and clean you out. It doesn't work like that. You'd clog your system if you just kept eating charcoal. So psyllium is a fiber that acts like a scrubber brush. It builds up and it expands, which literally scrubs the walls of our digestive system. It's been used by Native American cultures and ancient cultures for thousands of years. They would actually eat this stuff to bulk up the digestive system, to scrub it clean. That's why I use it. Diverticulitis, is it safe to colon cleanse and juice fasting? Sorry, guys, some of these questions are moving very quickly. Diverticulitis, you'd want to take the colon cleanse a bit slower, okay? So this is all the folds. This is all the inflammation in the folds of the colon. You'd want to have it about 2 times a day for 30 days, while also eating a high fiber diet of fresh fruits and easily digestible vegetables. You'd want to avoid nuts and seeds and things like that of that nature for a little while. And fasting is the best way to heal diverticulitis without a shadow of a doubt. When you break the fast, obviously going into fresh fruits and vegetables is the same thing. And you're not going to heal diverticulitis overnight. This is something that you'll have to go in through some immersions of fasting and better lifestyle for probably, a year to a year and a half to be completely free from the condition and heal the digestive system. But according to most people, diverticulitis, diverticulosis is going to be there forever. So, time is on your side whenever you're healing. Do you plan on coming to Auckland, New Zealand? I do. I really want to go back there. I've got a lot of New Zealanders starting to come to all my programs and are very, very interested. So I'm going to do my best to chat with my team. And on the next time I come back to Australia, potentially we can come do a tour in New Zealand, or on the next tour, we potentially can. Okay, scroll to the top for the questions. Sounds good. Hi, Tyler. How is fasting able to repair brain injuries? So if you go online onto YouTube and just look up the fasting brain, there's actual scientific research showing that when we fast, the brain heals itself. Through, again, stem cells that are being generated, there's actual damage to the brain tissue that can be rebuilt. Okay? Heavy metals, mercury, aluminum, these things damage the brain. Okay? And there's lots of reasons why we get exposed to aluminum, especially, and mercury. We got to clean that stuff out. Fasting does that. Okay? There's very specific tools that can help to detoxify that metal as well. Then when we get rid of the damage, we can come back in and the stem cells actually rebuild tissue. And this is scientifically proven, okay? So after the fast, then there's going to be foods that will support rebuilding the brain specifically and even living a lifestyle, it puts us in ketosis every single day, is going to be very good for the brain. Okay, let's scroll to the top. Good morning from stormy Perth. I have osteoarthritis in my big toe. I was told that I have 5% movement and walking is becoming very painful. I'm starting to roll my foot. I am now doing a fast. Will fasting help? What do I do to reduce, maybe even eliminate pain? I doubt it's reversible. Well, stop your doubt first and foremost, okay? Have faith, believe. You can heal yourself, absolutely. You think your big toe's a problem? Honest to God, love you. It doesn't feel good that you're in pain, but you can heal yourself. Look up Jennifer Ritchie, Ritchie, Jennifer Ritchie on YouTube. She had a complete paraplegic surgery, okay? They severed her spine. They say that the spine can never grow back together. We did a full documentary of this woman interviewing the doctors, the physical therapists, and everybody because it's medically impossible to regrow your spine. She did a 40-day water fast. She broke the fast, started eating pulse, the food I'm talking about, every single day, having smoothies and aloe vera for about 6 months. She regrew her spine to the point like she would never be able to wiggle her big toe. She was able to run a marathon pain-free. If she can heal complete paraplegic surgery, you can heal your big toe, okay? Don't cry about it. Just keep fasting. Do the breathing exercises. Do the detoxification I'm talking about. You may need to rest as well. All the acids of the body accumulate in your toes and in your feet. This is why people have gout. This is why people have different issues with their feet, tinea and all kinds of fungus and weird shit going on with their feet. We need to alkalize. We need to cleanse. It's going to take longer than a couple days, okay? So give yourself time to do it. Yes, you will heal. Yes, you will be out of pain. No, you don't need surgery. Yes, this is all my opinion. No, I'm not a medical doctor. This is all just based on my opinion and my experience working with people who fast. Tyler, is breatharianism the next step beyond fasting? I love you. We'll talk later. Let's keep it surface level here. Fatame, let's see. Sorry, everything keeps jumping. Could you please address the issue of intermittent fasting in the woman's body and menstruation? I have missed my period 5 months, and despite many benefits, I had to go back more often. So I'm assuming that you lost your period, your menstrual cycle, because of fasting or because of intermittent fasting and healing. That's what I'm imagining you're saying. I'm going to say, what if you're not supposed to menstruate? What if you're not supposed to bleed every month, ladies? What if every month when you bleed, it's because your body's detoxifying from all the stress and the toxicity from the environment, what we're eating? Show me any other mammal in nature that bleeds every month. They still go through a monthly cycle, okay? So there's a lot that I'm not going to get into in depth here that we need to discuss in time and distance. But there's a potential if you're eating really healthy and living in accordance with nature, you're not going to have a menstrual cycle, but you can still get pregnant. Okay, and there's whole books about this that I'll recommend at another time. Erica Lopez, hi. My question, Tyler, today is if we should do a 4-day water fasting while taking 2 different types of hormones for perimenopause. Stops hot flushes. Or should I stop them a few days earlier? Okay, so if you're going to do a water fast, you need to be off of all your medications before doing it. The only medication that you could potentially keep taking would be insulin if it's required, small amounts of insulin if required, or thyroid medications. But in my experience, even thyroid medications are not necessary. But I've had clients with major thyroid conditions or having their thyroid removed that just, said they wanted to keep having their thyroid medication during extended water fasts. And according to my fasting doctor, it's still okay. There's not enough toxicity in there to become a problem. Most other medications you need to try to work yourself out of before doing a water fast. Juice fasting is very different. You can still take medications while you're juice fasting because you're still getting calories, you're still allowing the liver to detoxify. And I would say if you're ever wanting to get off of medication or work with a physician to get off of medication, whether it's antipsychotics, antidepressants, or any type of meds, juice fasting is the best time to get off because the side effects are radically mitigated when doing a juice fast and following all of these protocols. I've worked with people to get off of antipsychotics, antidepressants, and these sorts of things during a juice fast. And there's very specific types of fruits and juices that are natural antidepressants. So if you're drinking these juices, you're getting all the antidepressant effects from the fruits or even the herbs that are being juiced specifically. Okay. We have clean rainwater tank. Is that okay? You still need to have a filter for rainwater because you still got, birds and shit, squirrels shitting on the roof. You still got metals in different places. So rainwater is absolutely fantastic, but you still need to have a filter to make sure that it's coming through nice and clean. How do you fast correctly in a busy, distracted life, doing physical work outdoors, being exposed to weather, stress, etc.? I can't afford a Bali retreat. Okay, so this is what I'm telling you guys. You can prep your house. Tell everybody around you you're fasting. Go through each one of the protocols. Design your day specifically. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to do the shake and bake, Tibetan rites. I'm going to come back. I'm going to hydrate. I'm going to do an enema. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to lay in the sun. I'm going to do some gardening. I'm going to do some work. If you're juice fasting, you're going to still have heaps of energy to do stuff. And I'd say the more busy you are, the easier it's going to be. The tough times are really at night when everybody else is eating or you're in the kitchen or you're just bored. That's typically when you want to eat. So maybe have some tea. Okay, drink lots of water, have some herbal teas, maybe have some vegetable broth. These types of things can calm your nervous system, help you relax, and get you through a fast at home. Okay, a water fast, you're going to save a lot of money because you're eating food, drinking juices every day. That costs money. You do a water fast, you're going to save money. Take that money you would have saved, and invest it into a retreat or invest it into going down to the beach or going camping or doing something. But we just, we need to create time for ourselves to allow ourselves to heal. Please explain the difference between an enema and a colonic. Okay, an enema is a bag. You put water in it. You can add coffee enemas to detoxify the liver. You can add greens in there to give your body some nutrients. You can just put some salt to detoxify everything. And you can do it at home in your bathroom. You hang it up. You fill up the enema bag. It's got warm water. You lay down. I got whole videos that explain how to do it. And typically you go through about 5, 6, 7 liters at a time on your own. You can massage. You can take your time. But you got to get up and go to the toilet, lay down, do it, get up, go to the toilet, and you're eliminating everything. A colonic is actually going into a clinic where they insert a piece. There's a practitioner typically where they can massage your belly, or sometimes they'll leave the room depending on what kind of colonic it is. But they can support you to detox, massively. When you do a colonic, it's typically like 30 to 50 or 70 liters of fluid coming in and going out. You don't stop and go to the toilet. It comes in and you go, and it comes in and you go, and it comes in and you go. And it's massively detoxifying. I believe if you are patient enough and you know how to do it, you can do that at home. So obviously at home, you save money. You do it on your own. It's privacy. If you go to a clinic, it costs a little bit of money, but you might get more out of it. A lot of times there's practitioners that can really help with the process. If you got big stuck shit in your colon, which most people do, they can help you massage or give you certain things to help you with the process. Give you a good little yogurt drink afterwards. Make sure you get some good probiotics in there, etc. So that's the difference. One's kind of at home, one's out at a clinic. Okay. So let me get rid of some of these. Da, da, da. Nicole, I have some concerns. Melissa Fletcher, I weigh 90 pounds and don't want to lose weight. Well, anybody who's skinny doesn't want to lose weight. And this might sound harsh, but I've worked with hundreds of ladies that are underweight that don't want to fast because they're afraid to lose weight. And I say, well, if you want to gain weight, sometimes you have to lose more weight and fast to heal your digestive system so you can actually start to uptake some quality nutrition. Go watch again the video of Jennifer Ritchie. This woman, had a complete paraplegic surgery, severed her spine. She was on stool softeners. She was on drugs. She didn't weigh anything. She was tiny. She had no weight whatsoever. She did a 40-day water fast. I'm not making this up. Go watch the doco. She did a 40-day water fast with no weight already. So don't tell me you can't lose any weight. She healed her digestive system. She regrew her spine. She had mind over matter. She's like, I don't care. I am doing this. I am healing myself. She had determination. I've got ladies from all over Australia that are like, Tyler, I'm sick, but I'm underweight. I can't fast. I'm like, get over yourself. Do the fast anyway. Do the juices. The only weight you're going to lose is all the toxicity in your body, all the weak and dead flesh in your body, all the inflammation. That's the only weight you're going to lose. If you're juice fasting, if you're drinking greens, if you're taking in all this nutrition, you're going to lose the excess dead part of you that you don't want anyways. You might lose 5 kilos. You might lose 10 kilos. You might look like a skeleton as well. But then your digestive system is going to be healed. You start to nourish yourself. All of a sudden, these same ladies put on 5, 10, 15 kilos. All of a sudden, they're going to the gym. They're lifting weight. They're healthy. They're becoming like literally fitness models and all kinds of things. Like, look at some of these people. Okay, and they're online. Okay, so I know it feels tough, but we got to crack through our belief systems and be willing. And I can share some of these names. If you send me a private message, I'm more than happy to share some of the names of these ladies. You can contact them. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to tell you their story and support you through the process. Okay, I'm just getting rid of some of these questions I've already answered. Is it true that oil pulling is going to loosen my amalgam fillings? No, it's not. I believe this is a complete wives' tale. I don't believe it. I don't care what anybody says. You're eating food, you got amalgam fillings. It's not like you're not eating fried food and fatty food and all this other bullshit anyways. So you think a little bit of oil pulling is going to like cause mercury to all of a sudden leach out of your fillings? Bullshit. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. You do oil pulling, it's going to pull toxins out of your body. If you have mercury amalgam fillings, the point is pull the teeth out, get rid of them. You don't want mercury in your teeth. Go get them professionally eliminated. At some point, you got to take them out, guys. It's unfortunate that somebody allowed you to have mercury put into your teeth. It's ridiculous, but you got to get it out. But again, I think oil pulling is healthy, and I believe it allows your body to detox. And I don't think you need to avoid oil pulling because you have amalgam fillings. What if a person is on maintenance medications? So that's where you need to work with your physician to try to get off the medications, or potentially, look at what am I on medications for? Are there whole foods? Are there essential oils? Are there herbs? Are there ways of supporting my body and healing this condition so I can get off the poison? Remember, every medication that's out there is a synthesized version of a molecule that was found in nature. And they synthesize that with crude oil, literally synthetic chemicals to synthesize plant-based products, which have side effects, which create toxicity. So we just need to wake up. You need to work with your physician, say, this is what I'm doing, monitor your bloods, do whatever you got to do. Hire me, I'll do some coaching, hire one of my coaches to work with you through the process, and work your way back into health. Hi guys, practical question. How long is it safe? How long is it safe to water fast with gallstones? Gallstones, if you have gallstones, the best thing you can do is fast. So that doesn't make any difference for fasting. Personally, I'd recommend juice fasting and using mostly apple juice or Kabbalah juice because it's got 3 different colors of apples. It has acetic acid, which will start to reduce stones inside of the body, kidney stones, gallstones, etc. You can use apple cider vinegar, which is a concentration of malic acid and acetic acid. It starts to break down the stones. Then at the end of the fast, I would do a liver gallbladder flush and flush all the stones out of there. I would do that before I'd ever even consider a water fast. Thanks for asking. I have a friend that's overweight that's allergic to everything. Yeah, so for people who are like allergic to everything, it's a really sensitive question. And I'd say they probably need some personal coaching there, because it's hard to just, tell you what exactly you need to do. But I've had many people who've been, had many allergies to different things. Kabbalah juice has helped people get off of all kinds of food allergies. So I highly recommend that. But if you're allergic to some of the things in Kabbalah, then it needs to be modified and dealt with. Some digestive cleansing, some daily protocols, and maybe even a cleaner diet over a period of time might need to be observed to take the detoxification a little bit slower. So look, I got lots of questions, you guys. I love you. I wish I could answer all of these questions. Definitely sign up for my masterclass because I'm going to spend 2 hours basically answering all of these types of questions on a deeper level. For you guys, get the fasting package. You're going to need the enema kit. It's a tool that will last for life. The greens are going to build your blood, clean your digestive system out, okay? Try some of these amazing pulse whole foods, which are going to get your digestive system working properly. It's going to give you all the nutrients you guys are looking for. Thank you so much for showing interest in fasting, by the way. If you can, at some point, come out and do a fast with me. Get on the masterclass, get into my online group, Tribe, where I have a coaching platform that can truly assist you guys into higher levels of health, not just fasting. I'm talking about lifestyle stuff, okay? I've helped people with major disease conditions who didn't want to fast to heal themselves just with lifestyle, mindset, and these sorts of things. So thank you guys for being on here. This is Tyler Tolman. I am signing off. I look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Have a beautiful and wonderful day. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.